Hey everyone, have a brilliant Ancient Mysteries morning. Here we have a 1,000-year-old image of Shiva. He's not on a bull. The bull represents the power of his craft, the vehicle he's sitting on. He has a control lever and a button. And here a 500-year-old oil lamp. The images of Garuda. Essentially the bird goddess and the female combined in one. A Stone Age artifact, but almost made in the modern period. Hello everybody, it is Charles and we're going to talk about this, the double eagle, also known as Gandaberunda, ancient symbol of empire, because I believe this was an ancient lifting device, an ancient aircraft with a huge payload before the great catastrophe of 13,000 years ago, the Younger Dryas. And the reason I believe that is you can see him here lifting elephants. Lifting huge elephants. This was a symbol of empire because of the payload this thing carried. I mean, what's the symbol of America today? C-130 Hercules is one symbol, or the Apache helicopter. Maybe they're going to put that on flags in future when the technology runs dry and mankind goes back into the Stone Ages. An elephant can be like it can be 2,000, it can be 6,000 kilos. If it's carrying 4 elephants, it's hard to see based on this, but there's a few elephants around here and other strange creatures and so forth. This could be carrying 20-ton payload. C-130 Hercules carries a payload of 19 tons, so it's not too different. It's kind of similar. Is this an ancient aeroplane? I believe it's something like a Concorde. The 2 heads, could that be there? The 2 heads of the Concorde, maybe the two humans flying it, which would have been in later times. They would have been like heroic pilots, and they combine. They're 2 gods. They combine into one. As a bird. You see what I mean? Or that maybe they're the 2 engines of the Concorde or something like that, the twin engines, But it's 2 gods combining, you see what I mean? It's amazing. And I believe this was an ancient plane used to take stones to Puma Punku. And basically, Puma Punku is near Tiwanaku. It's a pyramid. That's been dismantled, and we just have a couple stones lying on the ground that the Spanish couldn't be bothered moving, mainly because they were too big. But they took the rest, and other local people took others, and they'd been looting the place for thousands of years. And the thing is that Artur Poznański, Arturo. He said the whole area is 15,000 BC. In other words, it seems to be pre-catastrophe. And he said the whole area was a real city. He said, Poznański said it was a fully fledged city with a large permanent population rather than a seasonally occupied ceremonial centre. That's the same view as Göbekli Tepe, isn't it? It's a bit of a rubbish view, but it is the current archaeological view, I'm afraid, and its abandonment having been the result of prehistoric climate change, widely accepted in principle. Widely accepted in principle. You know what? This article is. I think this article is a bit more sympathetic than the previous article I saw some years back regarding Poznański. I think that I think people, thanks to all the videos we're making, people are starting to come around to the fact this lost civilization, and I know for a fact the lost civilization is real. It's absolutely real. Ancient legend talks about the Garuda bird, which the humans, which merged with a human, you see, and flew through the sky. Did you used to watch Mysterious Cities of Gold? It was a brilliant program, and this bird was sort of Tesla nuclear solar powered. I think even the creators weren't quite sure, but this whole program, as well as the ship that moved on its own, was based on Ancient-Astronaut books by French authors, by von Däniken in the 60s, and there was ancient huge flying birds in ancient times. They flew stones apparently into Puma Punku, which is the reason I mentioned Puma Punku. The stones were flown in. The stones could fly through the air. Just absolutely extraordinary. The whole Puma Punku thing is just absolutely unbelievable. Look at this. This is just absolutely amazing. I totally believe in ancient astronauts, guys. Like, I think you'd be stupid. No offense to anyone, but you'd be stupid not to. After that little discovery I made, do you remember a few years back regarding chromosomes? Adam has an unpaired rib, but that is not the case. But he does have an unpaired chromosome. They're actually talking about the chromosomes, and they got the number of paired chromosomes correct in the Bible. Who would have thought the little, and I don't want to sound arrogant, but who would have thought a little Bible phrase, a little phrase in the Bible, would prove the ancient lost civilization actually was real at one time? Guys, thank you so much. What do you think of that?